Morning, morning, morning. Wow, talking about money at the breakfast table. Is that taboo or what? Oh, so yeah, Tony jumping on that. You need money to do good things. And I'll just share that I had a personal experience when Gary Keller wrote a book called The Millionaire Real Estate Investor. It's a blue book. And basically, he interviewed 100 investors and found out what was common that made them successful. And of course, it was investing in real estate, is a lot in that book. But what I grabbed from that was when they started talking about money at the beginning. We basically had a 2 day course over it and just went through the book. And when they were talking about money, they said, here's the thing. If you had $1 million sitting in the bank that you didn't need, let's just say if you are somebody who's not really hung up on money and you don't think you need money. I mean, my daughter's a perfect example. She lives in her little apartment with her two cats, and she plays board games with her friends on the weekend, and she does not need money or doesn't think she wants money for anything at all. And that's fine. But when you have that thought process, think about it this way. You can still live whatever lifestyle you want no matter how much money you make. If you had $1 million sitting in the bank that you did not need, and a really close friend or a family member needed medicine, or I always give this example, some plant from the Amazon jungle that could actually cure them, and they need somebody to charter a helicopter, fly somebody out there, get this plant, bring it back, and you can make them better. And it's going to cost $1 million to do it. So, would you rather have the $1 million sitting in your bank now that you don't need, or are you going to go on a fundraising challenge for the next week, 2 weeks, month, whatever it would take to raise $1 million, set up a GoFundMe page and watch it every day and just stress out if you're going to get the money you need to save their life? So, that's where it kind of changed for me, that, I'm probably going to be the same guy that freaking goes to Walmart and buys the stuff that I need from Walmart. I'm not going to go to Saks Fifth Avenue to buy something just because I have $1 million in the bank. I'm going to be a Walmart guy to the ends of the earth, because why would I pay $1 more for something I can buy somewhere else? Anyway, I don't want to get too far off track here, but it is about, if that money is sitting there, it's what Tony just said. It's the good you can do with the money. So I'm going to give you an exercise. This is one of my most fun exercises that I've ever done in my life, and it actually really can help you get a perspective. And in the meantime, as a coach, you're setting goals that you're going to hit and reach. And it's my checkbook. Well, it's not mine. It's a checkbook exercise. Step one, go to Google and type in blank checkbook register. Blank checkbook register. You're going to be able to print out on an 8.5 by 11 sheet a checkbook register. And what you're going to do is do this every day. So, like, start your checkbook register and deposit $1,000. And start with check 1001, right? Start with check 1000, or your deposit for $1,000, and you're going to start with check 1001, and you're going to spend that $1,000. Now, I'm going to suggest that you can't give any of it away yet. Don't give anything away, and don't do something for somebody else until you get to $1 million. You're going to do this every day. You're going to write $1,000 deposit, and you're going to spend that money on today's date. Once you spend it all, double the last deposit. So if it was $1,000, you're going to deposit $2,000 once you spend it all. And then you just keep running with your checks. So for the next day, you're going to spend $2,000 until it's all gone. And then you're going to deposit $4,000. So for the next day, 3 days from now, you're going to start the next round of checks, and you're going to spend that $4,000 until it's gone. Then deposit $8,000. So you go through this exercise, do it for 2 weeks, and watch what your deposit amounts go up to. I pulled out one of my old ones, and I'm looking at all the stuff that I put in. So let's see, day one, $1,000. I made a house payment. Okay, I wanted my house payment paid, right? Day two, I went up to 2,000, and I said pay for airfare to an Arizona trip, which I did, and something else. I don't even know what it was. Day three, I wanted a hot tub and a Hawaii trip. I'm up to $8,000 on day four. One of them was an 80-inch flat screen TV. Oh, now I have an 85. Okay. Pay off both cars. I paid off both my cars. That was like day five down the road. I had about $32,000 in my deposit at that time. I flip over towards the end, and this was probably, what is that, 22nd? So about 5 days later, there's around $400,000, or actually, I'm almost getting up towards $1 million. And one of them here said, buy a lake house. And I'm looking at it going, holy crap, I'm in a lake house. So it's just fun where it kind of sets these goals. And now I also looked, I'm like, ooh, I got some things to look forward to. Pay off all my parents' debt. Make all my parents' debts go away, right? And I actually have on here, put away $1 million. So as soon as I hit $1 million, now you can start giving it away. And I put $1 million in a fund to help people. But pay off the house, just all this fun stuff in here with the checkbook register. It really can get you to stretch because you have to spend the money, and it's actually hard by day three or four. Man, I mean, if you can't give it away until you get $1 million, and you just have to do stuff like pay off the house, pay off debt, it's really fun, and get all that stuff that you don't have. Build a movie theater room in your basement, or add on a deck, or add on to your house, or whatever it might be. It's a really, really fun exercise.
Wow, Coach Corn, that's so cool. And it just reminds me of that song I was playing the other day, the Willy Wonka song about, if paradise and using your imagination. And our imagination is so powerful because it does rewire our brain. It puts new neural pathways in, new associations, new emotions. And I'm going to try that. I haven't tried that. I think it would be really fun for me not only to do myself, but with my daughter and her boyfriend, because I also think it's never too early to turn up the financial thermostat for your kids as well, because I bet that they have, brought on their own experiences out of our own growth financially. And I know I see that with my daughter. And I think, for myself, I just had massive breakthroughs when I started recognizing that money is energy and currency means to flow. So it's like what you're doing is you're turning that flow tab on. Anyway, you are fabulous. We love having you here as our mod. And I wanted to see if Tony could do a quick room.
Need, right? Ultimately, which is also, again, that limiting mindset, because in a way, how much do you need? It's the right way of looking at it. But if you've got to spend it every single day, that could be a fun exercise for sure. So looking forward to doing that. So thanks for that, Brad. So welcome everyone.